Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today we're taking a look at some of the current market prices in terms of NFTs. Some things that might have been, thousands of dollars a couple of months ago now are a bit more affordable. And so I'm going to be going through some of the NFTs that I think are worth investing in. Okay, let's get into today's video. We're going to start on OpenSea because a lot of Ethereum products have obviously come down significantly in price because of Ethereum dropping. $1,139, I'm looking at it on my phone, is the current price of Ethereum. And considering, it was at 4,500, it means you're getting a big discount for things that are, going for like one Ethereum. If you've been smart with your money and holding some USDT, or you just have it in your general currency and you have money to be able to invest in projects, then you can now pick up these NFTs for a lot cheaper. My OpenSea is, flooded with a lot of NFTs that I haven't touched and I'm waiting for them to come into fruition. But I'm still holding most of them. But the first project I want to take a look at is Champion's Ascension. So we can see that the floor price for this is 0.37. No significant movement since the original minting of was meant to be 10,000 champions, but they didn't sell out. So we got 7.6k on there. Being that I think I originally paid around 0.4 when it was, about 3,000 ETH, being about 1,300. Now you can pick these up for roughly about $400, so significantly cheaper. And it might be that you try and trade up to get something even better. So there are rarities, so you can filter by divine parts. And if we go 3 to 5 now, we can see that the lowest is 2.2 ETH, which for a 3 out of 5 divine parts, that's really good. So a 2.2 ETH is going to set you about 2,500. Champion's Ascension is coming from a really experienced team. Jam City, I've worked with them in the past before on Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. They've got experience working with some huge IPs, and I think this is a big move for them moving into the NFT gaming space. A game that looks to have a lot of strategy, but having a champion though that has really good stats, those divine parts, could have a huge impact on how you progress within the game. What you should be looking for in investing in NFTs is what is a game that you recommend you're going to be playing for years to come. What do you think you could purchase an NFT now that in 3 years time, the NFT that you hold, there's going to be a huge demand for that game as people move into the crypto space, as we start to see more adoption. If you're investing in an NFT, what you need to be seeing is, what is a game that I think I'm going to be playing in 2 years, 3 years time down the line still, and using my NFT? What is a game that I think is going to be something that will attract people from the non-NFT community into adopting crypto? And this is one that I think has a real good strong chance of doing it, because it looks like it's a game that has a layer of tactical play and skill, something I think that the NFT space has been lacking. And the development of this game is moving along really smooth. As you saw in my OpenSea briefly, I do own 3 of these NFTs, and they're ones that I'm holding. I have 1 divine part on 2 of my guys. But if you're wanting to compete at a high level, now's a good time to be able to pick up these NFTs. But spend in moderation. Like, if it's not a game that you think you're going to get an investment from in terms of time that you're going to be spending on a game, don't pick it up. Don't buy these NFTs, because with play to earn not really functioning well, especially in this bear market at the moment, you're really looking to make an investment in the NFT itself, so that in 2 years time, has Ethereum gone up and that price is now higher that you can sell it for? We need to see a game where the demand surpasses the supply that is available, so the price of the NFTs themselves start to go up and up and up. Another one that I think could do that in terms of attracting a huge player base is Alluvium, the biggest game on the blockchain probably out there. Very few projects I think match just the pure quality in terms of gameplay that you're going to get in future. This is Alluvium 0 pre-alpha, so this is their very basic resource builder game. But then when you see the other games that they're providing within this metaverse, it just steps up a whole new level. And it looks like what they're trying to do is build something that people can play, which is a lower quality, to give you time to be able to build up resources for when the real game comes out, a game like this quality. And we see some of the gameplay in the open world that they're going to have as well. And so these NFTs, the land that is currently on sale, right now you can pick up land on Immutable X, you can deposit Ethereum into your wallet, and then you can take advantage of layer 2 solutions, so gasless transactions. What we have here are some of the lands that are available, and you can see some of the resources available. 0.44 ETH, so looking about $500 for one of these lands. But what you've got to take into account is whilst the land's sold out, the first batch of lands sold out, there is going to be more in future. And so that increase in supply with if the same level of demand is there, we might see a decrease in these prices, and that's what I'm holding out for. I'm not rushing to it because we saw that happen with Big Time. We saw that they released these spaces, which is their equivalent of land, and what happened was they then announced that there was going to be more available for you to be able to get in the game that you could get as NFT drops, so increasing the supply available. And we saw demand for it then either stayed the same or probably dropped, because we can see that the prices have now significantly reduced. This is a large legendary space that's now 765. I sold that about probably 3 months ago for 1,700, because when I saw the news about the supply increasing, I thought, well, that's going to lead to a decrease in the price, and that's what happened. So now I could pick one of those up. I actually sold my large space. I could trade up now for some medium exalted space, which is only 1,614. So a huge jump from large space past mythic into exalted space. Exalted large space being 4,800. This is a game that has released its alpha access and has been doing well in terms of it seems to support blockchain technology really well, and I haven't heard any bad things about it. If you like games like Destiny, it's got a similar style. It has a system where you can collaborate, team up with other people and take down bosses. So that social aspect is something that I don't think we've seen up to a really high standard within the NFT gaming space. So I think this is a good time to be able to pick up some of the NFTs in this game. I think what you're seeing is people panic selling their NFTs whilst the markets are down, trying to get out of cryptocurrency, and as a result, more people are putting it, the next person is putting it at a lower price and lower price and lower price, bringing it all the way down. And you can take advantage of people's panic, but I recommend playing the game first, getting a really good get to grips with it and seeing if it's something, like I said before, is something you're going to be able to play 3 years down the line and still enjoy. Then it's going to be a really worthwhile investment then. Something that has held its price to a good level is Genon Pets. So we've obviously seen the move to earn doing really well with games like Steppen, Walken coming out recently, and Genon Pets was the first original move to earn NFT game, but it's not come out to the masses like Steppen has, and therefore I think it's missed that first wave of being the first out. And obviously Steppen, the price went up significantly as a result of that. But Genon Pets, their NFTs include the Genesis Genon Pet, so these level 4 pre-evolved, and they will come with certain benefits. So we can see that the Genesis Genon Pet pre-evolved to stage 4, very rare, only 3,218 in existence, eligible to attain Genesis only augments. Such augments will increase the overall rarity of them, and floor price is 57 Sol, which is roughly about $1,800 with the current price of Sol. But Sol is down significantly from $100, where at this point they would be $5,700 if Sol remained at that price. Is it a good time to pick up these? I don't think it is. I actually sold mine before the markets crashed to again try and short, and so I will be trying to have another re-entry into the game. I sold my pet and my land, so the land is even more expensive. So the habitat is currently 67 is the floor price, so about over $2,000, but I sold them about $6,000 combined. So I've made some money that I could then reinvest into these projects. But I think I want to wait for it to come down. At the moment where I try and stick to the rule during bear markets of do not invest over $1,000 in any NFT. Just because I think it's really hard to see that return of investment. It's much better to try and invest in some smaller NFTs for like $100 and then hope the project does well and see maybe a 10x and then sell it for $1,000. It's going to be really hard to see a 10x off $1,000 investment in an NFT because I just don't think there is that demand there at the moment for these. Buying this 24 hours ago, I think Sol's up like 20% at the moment, would have made the price significantly cheaper. So it's about trying to find the bottom of when Sol's lowest. That's when you want to try and pick up an NFT that you've been after for a while. Projects like Monkey Ball, I've lost a lot of money investing in this, but the game is still not out. There's still potential we might see a rise in the prices of these in future. But at the moment, my initial investment probably was about $8,000 in these, and I've just seen the prices go down. Floor price at the moment is 3.76 Sol, which is about $100 almost, just over $100 for one of these. And when they first came out, the floor price was like $1,000. Now could be a good time to invest in these. Now obviously, as you can see from the rarity index, some of these are more rare than probably what the floor price is. So we've got this guy at 138 rarity, and he could be worth significantly more. They are going to have breeding in the game, which can increase the supply, which reduces demand potentially, and yeah, that could be a problem in terms of the price being reduced over time. But at the moment I'm holding them because I'm waiting for the game to come out and progress. From what we've seen from the trailer and some of the footage from the gameplay, it does look like it could be alright, but one of my biggest fears is that it could be very, very pay to win. Some of the best NFTs will do significantly better because they'll have higher stats, higher chances of pulling off some of the special moves in the game, and that's a real problem with when creating an NFT game, because yes, it creates competition, but the best way to create value in something is to increase the demand for it. One of the things I do fear for games like this, where you've got this pay to win element, in that the NFTs that you buy, you spend more money on, have higher stats, so therefore increase your overall chances of winning. That might lead a lot of people to be like, well, what's the point in playing, because I'm never going to be able to afford one of those NFTs. And also they might be able to breed those good NFTs to create even better NFTs, and just further increasing the chances. Well, if you're breeding two rubbish ones, you're just going to keep getting rubbish NFTs. So I do fear that it could lead a lot of people to stop playing the game, and as a result, if you're trying to create value within a project, you need as big a community as you can get. And that's why I think skill to earn games are the way forward, where everybody has an equal chance of winning with the NFTs that they have, and maybe the rarity adds extra incentives, like what you see in things like Theater and Arena and Golden Bros, is where they just increase the rewards that you get when you do win, not necessarily your stats in game. So you might be thinking it's mad to invest in NFTs during a bear market when they're so down, but honestly, it's the best time to be able to invest in some projects, because whilst they're down and everybody's panicking and selling off, you can pick them up and take advantage of that panic. And then when the markets do recover, you can see some gains from it. And it's not a guaranteed process, but if I could go back and see where things were at last year when the markets were down, then there's a lot of NFTs and tokens that I would have bought then. When we saw the markets recover, some of these tokens did like an easy 10x. But it's not easy, try to stick to always doing your own research, pursuing projects that you think are going to have some, real attraction to the masses. But also, pick NFTs that you want to play the game. Like think of them as an investment, pretty big investment, but like buying an NFT is like picking up a hard copy of a game that you want to play. You've got the thing that you need to be able to play it. And you know, once you made that $40 investment in it and picking up a game, you don't try and get that $40 back. So also look at it a little bit like trying to buy NFTs that you really think is a project that you're going to want to play and use your NFT in. Okay, well, we'll leave it there for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please leave a like in the video. It always helps the channel out. If you subscribe, you can keep up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.